When the Super Bowl kicked off,
Super Bowl 55 is underway with a
it wasn't just the big game,
The first thing I usually do is I pick my quarterback.
but the games within the game that millions had their eyes on.
So in this case, if I was going to take Patrick Mahomes,
David Sharp of Arlington is one of an estimated 4 million Texans who play daily fantasy sports. But even if you don't play,
FanDuel's new best ball leagues make it easy to play season-long fantasy.
you've probably seen the commercials.
There's a place for us where thrill seekers drink from the fountain of I'm gonna get mine.
To play, contestants pay a fee, pick athletes they think will do the best that day, and if they do, contestants can win big money.
my biggest win was a NFL win. It was $10,000. It's like stocks. You know, you're always chasing the big dream, right?
But while millions try and figure out which players are the best to select, there's a far bigger question that looms over daily fantasy sports.
Are daily fantasy sports legal in Texas?
Well, there is no definitive answer to that.
In 2016, lawmakers asked Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton if he thought daily fantasy sports was a legal activity. In a non-binding opinion, the state's top legal official said because the contest results are partially on chance, participation is considered illegal gambling. Immediately after Paxton issued that opinion, FanDuel pulled out of Texas, and DraftKings sued, saying the Attorney General distorted Texas law. 5 years later, FanDuel is back in the state. DraftKings is still accepting Texas players, and that court case is still pending. 5 years later, whether daily fantasy sports is legal in Texas is still not clear.
It's a difficult issue, and most lawyers could probably make the argument on both sides.
Attorney Bob Lathan says when anti-gambling laws were established in Texas, daily fantasy sports did not exist, which is why there's no definitive answer on whether they're legal in the state. But there's a way to change that.
The way you could get a definitive answer in Texas is by the legislature.
In the past several years, dozens of states have passed laws clearly defining daily fantasy sports as legal or not. But every time Texas lawmakers had a chance to do the same,
this bill is a penal code clarification to
they punted, failing to cast a final vote on a bill in 2017 and again in 2019 that would have clarified the law.
Let's fix it. Let's just make it clear.
Representative Joe Moody has filed a bill again this year that would legalize daily fantasy sports. Moody is not aware of any Texan who has been prosecuted for fantasy sports gambling, but says the legal risk is real.
It only takes one prosecutor somewhere to think that this is illegal betting. Better safe than sorry.
He scored 4 touchdowns.
As for David, he says as long as his DraftKings app works, he'll continue to play. In a statement from DraftKings, the company told the I-Team, we remain committed to working with our partners in the legislature and engaging fantasy sports fans in Texas to pass common sense legislation this session. Meanwhile, FanDuel did not return our request for comment. We have more information on our website, including a copy of the bill, as well as statements from those in support as well as in opposition. In Frisco with the I-Team, Brian New, CBS 11 News.